Hi guys, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're doing phrases again in Irish, but we're not doing a specific topic or theme. We're just looking at if phrases, if constructions, whether we're talking about the past or the present, realistic or hypothetical, or something that could have been in the past if situations had been different, as well as some other small little phrases with if as well. So let's start off with some of the simpler ones. If can be said in a number of ways in Irish. One of those ways is ma. So let's try if he came, he saw it. Ma haw-nig shay, khun-ik-sheh. Ma haw-nig shay, khun-ik-sheh. Ma haw-nig shay, khun-ik-sheh. So obviously that's talking about the past. Now, if we're talking about a possible future, if he comes, he will see it. Ma hog-en fek-ee. Ma hog-en fek-ee. He will see it. Ma hog-en fek-ee. If it is there, I don't see it. Ma tá sé ansin, ma tá sé ansin, if it is there, ma tá sé ansin, ní ekim-sheh, ní ekim-sheh, ma tá sé ansin, ní ekim-sheh. If it is there tomorrow, ma bhíonn sé ansin amárach, ma bhíonn sé ansin amárach, amárach is tomorrow, ma bhíonn sé ansin amárach. If it is convenient for you, ma tá sé feilteach dit. Ma tá sé feilteach dit. Dit or dit. Ma tá sé feilteach dit. Sometimes we use the word mawss, which sounds very similar to ma. If necessary, or if it is necessary, is simply mawss ga, mawss ga, mawss ga. And if so, or if it be so, mawss mar sin é, mawss mar sin é, mawss mar sin é. Moving on to the negatives, we can use the word mur-a, which means unless or if not. For example, if there isn't, which obviously would need more explanation, it would be part of a longer phrase. If there isn't is mur-a will. Mur-a will. Mur-a will. An example in a longer, more specific phrase. If you don't feel like paying for it, mur-a will fown ort íoch os. Fown, or some people say fonn, fown, I say fown, means like a desire or a want or a wish to do something. Íoch is pay. Mur-a will fown ort íoch os. If you don't want to pay for it, if you don't feel like paying for it. Mur-a will fown ort íoch os. If you don't mind, mur-a miste leat. Mur-a miste leat. This is a good one to remember. You can put it in a lot of situations. Mur-a miste leat. If it is fine, or in other words, if the weather is fine, and I'm free, I shall go there. Ma bhíonn sé go bra, agus go maith mé sir, rochi mé ann. Ma bhíonn sé go bra, if it is fine, if it isn't nice, if the weather is nice. Agus go maith mé sir, sir means free, as in like free, having free time. Agus go maith mé sir, rochi mé ann. Rochi mé ann. I will go there. Ma bhíonn sé go bra, agus go maith mé sir, rochi mé ann. Another negative with if not or mur-a. Mur-a dagan sé, ní ekim-sheh. Mur-a dagan sé, ní ekim-sheh. If he does not come, he will not see it. Mur-a dagan sé, ní ekim-sheh. If it is agreeable to you, má hógrian tú é. má hógrian tú é. Má hógrian tú é, if it is agreeable to you. If he is still alive, má tá sé ina bheatha fós. Ina bheatha alive, fós still. Má tá sé ina bheatha fós. Má tá sé ina bheatha fós. If you are at all anxious, má bhíonn imní dá laghad ort. Imní, we saw before, is worry. Má bhíonn imní dá laghad ort. Dá laghad is like of any kind, of any sort. So if you are worried at all, if you are anxious, if you are at all anxious, má bhíonn imní dá laghad ort. If I were you, very good one to remember as well. It's quite short, both in English and Irish, and you can use it in a variety of situations. Dá ma mise chusa. Dá ma mise chusa. Dá ma mise chusa. As you can see here, we're moving on to dá, which is another way to say if, usually used with hypothetical, not very realistic situations, because you cannot be another person, like in this example. Another way to say it is dá men I do bhróga. Dá men I do bhróga, which really means if I were in your shoes. Do bhróga, your shoes. Bróg is one shoe. Do bhróga, your shoes. Dá men I do bhróga. Dá men I do bhróga. Dá ma mise chusa. Dá men I do bhróga. Another example with dá, again, is to talk about the past, which is if things had been different. So again, an impossible situation. For example, if he had come in time, he would have seen it. Dá diolchach sé in am is in time. Dá diolchach sé in am, deachach sé é. He would have seen it. Deachach sé é. Dá diolchach sé in am, deachach sé é. Dá diolchach sé in am, deachach sé é. And what about weather, which is in English almost the same as if, well, with some differences, but in many situations it's the same. So do you know if he is at home? Do you know whether he is at home? For example, would be bhfuil is agat an bhfuil sé sa bhaile. Bhfuil is agat an bhfuil sé sa bhaile. Do you know if he is at home? Sa bhaile, at home. Bhfuil is agat an bhfuil sé sa bhaile. An exclamation that we might use again to lament the past or a past situation is if I had only known. If I had only known. Farir gan a is sin agam. Farir gan a is sin agam. Farir gan a is sin agam. And what about as if, those constructions that we use in English? For example, he talks as if he were drunk. Tá sé ag caint, mar a bhealch sé miste. Miste is drunk. Ag caint is talking. Tá sé ag caint, mar a bhealch sé miste. So he is talking as if he were drunk. Or he talks as if he were drunk. Tá sé ag caint, mar a bhealch sé miste. Another example, a bit more dramatic, more visual. He stood as if thunderstruck. Something maybe you might find in a novel. Cheas sé mar gine a ditach an tháinig. Cheas sé, he stood, mar gine, as like a person, a ditach an tháinig. So like as if the person who was knocked down by, well, lightning, thunder. Cheas sé mar gine a ditach an tháinig. Cheas sé mar gine a ditach an tháinig. Sometimes we use if as a kind of a concession, you know. For example, he will give you a shilling for it if that, you know, if it even reaches that amount. To say this in Irish, we can say tuirchí sé skilling dit am-aw-rokh. So going back to the simple ma again. Tuirchí sé skilling dit am-aw-rokh. Tuirchí sé skilling dit am-aw-rokh. He will give you a shilling for it if he gives you anything. There are few left, if any. Níl mór fágtha. Níl mór fágtha. Mór is like many, quite a few. Fágtha, left, well, left behind or left. Má tá ceann ar bith. Má tá ceann ar bith, if there are any at all. Níl mór fágtha. Má tá ceann ar bith. Níl mór fágtha. Má tá ceann ar bith. If they are poor, they are happy at any rate. Similar idea of concession again. Má tá siad bocht féin, tá siad sunna sásta. Má tá siad bocht féin, tá siad sunna sásta. Sásta being happy or satisfied. Má tá siad bocht féin, tá siad sunna sásta. Pleasant weather, if rather cold. Again, something that might come in handy in Ireland. I'm sure yes-ee, I'm sure is weather. Jas is nice or pleasant. In this case, we add the shevu, yes, changing the pronunciation of the D. I'm sure yes-ee. Och é bheith buaille fuair. Och é bheith buaille fuair. I'm sure yes-ee. Och é bheith buaille fuair. Pleasant weather, if rather cold. And finally, looking at if in a noun way, which we very rarely do, but we do it in English as well when we talk about your ifs and buts. If somebody's ifs and buts, no more ifs and buts, or I don't want to hear any ifs and buts. So your ifs and buts in Irish are do chuid mawna agus achana. So ma is if, mawna to make it into a plural noun, and ach is but, achana to make it into a plural noun again. Do chuid mawna agus achana. Well, so we've seen there are many ways to say if in Irish, ma being really one of the most common ways, also mawss, da. Then we have the negative ways like mur-a to mean if not or unless. And sometimes, like in some of the translations, we don't even use any word to replace if. It's a kind of a different structure in Irish. There are many more examples that we can look at. We might do a second class on if, especially delving further into the hypothetical and past conditionals where things could have been different, because things are, well, like in English, everything is a little bit more complicated grammatically there as well. So I'll see you very soon for that.